In at 10, Minecraft's real lore. Much like how Minecraft Dungeons expands on the lore of the Illagers, I think Minecraft Legends is planning on expanding on the piglin and the Nether lore, but also helping to provide us an explanation as to the rest of the lore in the base game and what it may be. I'll go over some specific points later in this video. However, a question I had when watching the trailer was, why are the piglins invading? Don't they turn into zombies after like 30 seconds of being exposed to the overworld? And while this is a different overworld with new biomes and structures and rules, I think that there could be some lore explanations already working out in our favor. MattBat once theorized that there was an airborne zombie virus that was poisoning the overworld that things living in the overworld eventually developed an immunity to, unless otherwise compromised by lightning or a zombie bite, and that's why the Nether mobs turned into zombies after exiting a portal. However, I propose a theory that the army we recruit in this game actually is what releases the toxin, as an effort to prevent the piglins from invading again, either as a last ditch attempt after they win, or maybe it was their plan all along. A toxin that only affects piglins, or that, like we thought, something we do develop an immunity to. In at 9, the Minecraft nations. At a minute and 33 seconds into the trailer, the book of the villagers reading actually flips past a page that has 3 symbols on it. I believe that these will be the nations or the groups that we will have to recruit in the Legends story mode. The one on the far right seems to be an LA with the crown on its head. I'm guessing it's the LA King. The middle one seems to be the Skeleton King with a very weird crown, and the far left seems to be a zombie with what looks like either an empty head or a small brain. Either way, given the context, I'm guessing that they're the king, or at least the leader of the zombie faction or clan or whatever you want to call it. This could also be a reference to the secret paintings added in 1.19 that seem to be similar to the nations from Avatar: The Last Airbender, fire, earth, water, and air, but these are unused, hinting to me that they're unfinished, since with these kings in Legends, they could be representing air, water, and earth. Fire could either be us humans or the piglins that are invading, but since they don't want to give that away just yet, they put in placeholders for us to speculate about, but I think that this is a pretty solid explanation. In an 8, color delay. We see a couple of different colors of delay in the trailer for Minecraft Legends. A blue one, the normal one, and a gold one. At first, I thought that the golden one was the LA King I mentioned in the last number, but after seeing multiple, I'm not so sure that's the case. That seems like a lot. The possibility of color delay has been in the base game since 1.19 was released. It's been something people were talking about, but it's not true. But what do these do in Legends? Well, I think that they're actually going to serve multiple purposes. The blue LA are like the ones from normal Minecraft. They grab items, but instead of bringing them to a chest, they bring them to you. I'm sure it's just a game mechanic meant to stop you from spending ages trying to pick up items, or maybe it's a lore reason as to why they all come to you. And the gold or yellow LA are seemingly the builders. They help build what I guess is a house in this trailer, so the different LA, if there are more than these two as well, will probably do additional things. Which is why the yellow LA don't show up in Minecraft, although it is possible that they will be added in the future. I mean, like, we have the place command now that lets you place structures, so maybe in a future creative update we will see something like this. And it's possible that to have a yellow LA build these structures for us if we end up giving them the proper blocks for it, which will be extremely cool and extremely interesting. And it's 7, ancient beacon. There is a structure we see in the beginning of the trailer that has the same pattern appear multiple times throughout this video. Once in the book that the villager is reading at the beginning, and then in the golden structure in the village, the structure that looks like a portal that the LA fly through, and then it can be seen in the gameplay actually spinning around. My guess is that this is probably an ancient form of beacon, before the discovery of the Nether and the soul sand that eventually creates the wither. Hell, honestly, even in the main game there are no naturally generated beacons, so my thinking is that this is their first attempt at gaining buffs or the like. It could be that these structures are even what keep the peace and prevent the monsters from turning hostile for whatever reason. If it was just a structure, I'd assume that they were trying to make a beacon, but it actually turning and spinning around is what makes me think that they actually must be doing something. But that's what they're doing, I'm unsure about for now. Or maybe these are the receptacles that actually release the toxin that turns the piglins into zombies. And it's 6, golems. Looking at the poster for this game, since there really isn't anything else for this game, we can see designed creepers, meaning that creepers will be in this game. However, it's also interesting to see that there are a load of other creatures that aren't in the base Minecraft game. We see what I can only assume are sentient prototype wooden dispensers that look like Cubert with a head full of arrows, a golden LA like I mentioned earlier, but also 3 different types of golem. A seemingly carved stone golem, 4 of those at least, a mossy cobblestone golem above those, and some odd blue golems next to the creepers. Now I'm not exactly sure what these could be, however I'm guessing that they're either diamond golems, but that seems kind of ridiculous, or possibly skulk golems, since they do have a similar appearance to the Warden's design, and they seem to be made with deep slate as well. Whether these were created by humans or if they just joined the fight on their own is up for debate, but I think that those are skulk golems and that they're exclusive to this game. Maybe they're in dungeons? I don't know, I haven't played dungeons. Halfway through into number 5, Falling Out. In the beginning of this trailer, I think the strangest thing we see is actually that there are zombie baby villagers playing in the village next to normal villagers without actually killing them, which is absolutely insane. Like, what? No way that's a thing. Well, believe it or not, it is. It's right there, right in the beginning. How could this be possible? Is it possible that maybe the zombies and villagers had a falling out later on that causes them to become enemies? Or maybe in our lore, the Nether War ends up turning the zombies to their side since they don't have to wear stupid hats in the Nether. So instead, the zombies join their team. I don't know, but it's certainly interesting to see that while we think we have to unite all these warring factions, they don't seem to be at odds at all. And in fact, they never were. More on that later. Or could it be that the toxin that they released to keep the piglins at bay after the war also turns the mobs hostile? In at 4, ruined portals. One mystery I've been thinking about recently is the nether portals from the main game of Minecraft. Where did they come from? Why is there nether leaking out of them, and why are they ruined? My first thought was the Shadow of Israfel, since those portals had a similar sort of style. They were scattered around, destroyed, leaking nether, but that doesn't fit into the normal Minecraft lore. However, in the trailer for Legends, this could be an explanation. The nether starts leaking out of these portals that start popping up everywhere, so that explains the netherrack around these portals now, and it also explains why the portals came around. But because they were generated from the other side. They were ruined because we had to sever the connection, and the tools were left nearby in case they ever ended up invading again. This game seems to be trying to explain the piglin and nether lore more, which I am certainly looking forward to. Getting close to the end, and in number 3, Minecraft Multiverse. While seemingly Hermitcraft is introducing the Minecraft Multiverse with Rian's Grift, the greater Minecraft Multiverse may be starting thanks to Minecraft Legends. Quote from the Minecraft Legends article on Minecraft.net. Stories are powerful. Legends teach us about what is past and what might have been. They have created a bridge between us and generations long past as well as the ones to come. We want to tell you another story about a peaceful coexistence where adventurers did not get chills when hearing hissing, groans, or the clatter of bones. And this is backed by the fact that, like I said in the beginning of the trailer, there are zombie villagers playing next to normal villagers. And while this could have developed later on, the website specifically says where adventurers did not, as in never did, even before the piglins invaded. So could this be a universe where we're in essence always on peaceful mode, but that monsters can also spawn because they aren't hostile? Or is the war a splitting point between what we see in this game and what we experience in normal Minecraft? Penultimately, in at number 2, inspired by Fallen Kingdom. See, the first thing I noticed was the piglin invasion reminded me of a very old series of Minecraft music videos, a saga if you will, by the one and only Captain Sparkles, aka Jordan Moran. Starting with Fallen Kingdom, which didn't feature anything nether related, but the follow-up, Take Back the Night, very much did. In fact, it had so much impact that it pushed the rest of the story. The other 2 music videos, Find the Pieces and Dragonhearted, heavily focused on the war between the Overworld and the piglins, who at the time were the zombie pigmen, but they still kinda had the ears of the piglins, which is where many assume the idea for the ears came from. In Take Back the Night, in fact, the main character is the chosen hero of legend, which is interestingly enough the story of Minecraft Legends. The big bad of the piglins was in fact a big brutish one wearing armor, which at first was made from wither skeleton parts but then was upgraded. The series even features taking the fight to the piglins like they suggest you do in this game's description. I don't know, but I feel like if we're not going to get an Aw Man achievement, this is a pretty good second. And finally, in at number 1, Herobrine is in the game. Especially if it's inspired by the Fallen Kingdom saga, it seems to me like herobrine could very possibly be present in this game. They've made it clear that this is a different overworld, not one that we play around with in normal Minecraft, which means to me that they're doing something kind of daring. The issue of adding herobrine, however, would be copyright with the character, since the character, while being based on Minecraft, was indeed created by a fan. So there would have to be some kind of agreement to get him in the game for real, but with the piglins popping out of the portal with glowing white eyes, it set off a trigger quicker in my brain. I mean, yes, their texture in-game does show their eyes as a white pixel, but glowing white eyes is still synonymous with herobrine, especially when the big guy squints and it looks like there are 2 pixels for his eyes, okay? That sent me spinning. Oh, and also, if this is taking inspiration from Fallen Kingdom, herobrine makes an appearance in the first, second, and third videos of the series. I don't know if he was in the 4th, but if they are taking inspiration from it, it could be that they take an antagonist as well. Or maybe just have a temple that hints at his existence. And intent peaceful. The world we play in Minecraft Legends seems to be unlike any overworld we've seen before. In the beginning of this trailer, I think the strangest thing we see is actually that there are zombie baby villagers playing in the village next to normal baby villagers without actually trying to kill them, which is insane. Like, what? No way that's a thing. But it is. And not only that, but even further in the back we can actually see creepers playing with each other, and then one seemingly starts to explode. Which doesn't really make sense because that would in essence kill the creeper, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not how this universe works. Maybe creepers can explode multiple times. Or maybe it was just winding up as a joke because it can come back down. Either way, monsters aren't attacking humans or villagers, and that's something new.
Coming in at number 9, a new animation. The Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase is in full swing, and there are plenty of surprises in store for gamers everywhere. One of the most shocking reveals of the event so far has been the appearance of Mojang Studio and the global phenomenon Minecraft, of course, right? In partnership with noted independent developer Blackbird Interactive, the Minecraft franchise is expanding once again, this time into a real-time strategy game, guys. Yeah, real-time strategy. I can't wait. I'm bouncing for it. Minecraft Legend displayed its reveal trailer during the extended Xbox showcase, presenting how Minecraft is adapting to the brand new genre of video games. Minecraft has already expanded to its reach in the past, with Mojang Studio and even Double 11 delivering critically acclaimed and still growing Minecraft Dungeons. I mean, I don't really like to talk about Minecraft Dungeons, but still, hey, you know. And Blackbird Interactive previously worked on Mojang Studios on the now defunct Minecraft Earth. Yeah, so we're getting this new game, guys. Like it or not, be happy. I'm happy.
And at 8, the Nether. Much like how Minecraft Dungeons expands on the lore of the Illagers, I think that Minecraft Legends is planning on expanding the Piglin and Nether lore. I mean, like, I don't think. I feel like it's pretty obvious. There obviously isn't much that we can actually decipher currently, but one mystery I've been thinking about recently are the Nether portals from the base Minecraft game. Like the ruined ones. Where did they come from? Why is the Nether leaking out of them? And why are they ruined? My first thought was a old Yogscast series called Shadow of Israfel, because those portals have kind of a similar style and they were scattered around and destroyed, but that doesn't fit because it's just for a lot of reasons. However, with the trailer of Legends, this could actually be an explanation. The Nether starts leaking out of these portals in the trailer, so that explains the netherrack around the portals now, and it also explains why these portals actually happened, because they were generated by the piglins so that they could invade. They were ruined because we had to stop the connection of the portals, and then tools were left nearby, maybe by the dead piglin carcasses, and they're just like, yeah, we don't need these, they're gold, let's throw them in there, or maybe just in case something happened again. Since this is trying to explain the piglin and nether lore more, I am certainly looking forward to it.
Coming in at number 7, Unite and Dungeon crossover. Unite, what am I talking about? I'm talking about Pokemon Unite and Dungeon. What if they had a baby? Well, here's what Mojang said, it's about Legends, and so far, the announcement post, you will defend peaceful settlements and fight hordes of piglins to stop the spread of their nether corruption. You are the center of every battle you lead. Fight alongside your allies with giving them directions. Like Minecraft Dungeons, this definitely isn't going to be the same type of crafting and building as the regular Minecraft either, okay? In Legends, it looks like you're going to do a lot of riding around on horseback, leading your mob army, and swinging your sword at them piglin enemies. In another live stream, Mojang Studios executive producer Dennis Rees says, as you explore the lush biomes, you collect resources and then you use those resources to build defenses. You can see just a quick look at those player fortifications in the trailer too. A player stands nearby while a large oak log forest rises into place. Yeah, this is going to be crazy, guys. I'm loving the new way how like this new building aspect is coming in. Whew, I can't wait. I might have to change my name to Building J.
And it's 6 new golems. Looking at the poster for this game, since there really isn't much else we can actually see, we get to see that there are a load of other creatures that aren't in the base game or in Minecraft Dungeons. We see what I can only assume are sentient prototype wooden dispensers that look like Cubert, and they have a head full of arrows. but also 3 different types of golem. A carved stone golem, 4 of those with 2 different sizes, a mossy cobblestone or maybe a mossy stone brick golem above those, and then some odd blue golems next to the creepers. Now, I'm not exactly sure what these could be, however I'm guessing that since there are RLA in this game and this was released after 1.19 came out, that they're actually skull golems, since they have a similar appearance to the Warden's design and they also seem to be made with deep slate instead of stone, but it also looks like they have wood on their arms. So based on the design, I'm gonna guess that they're skull golems, but they're also exclusive to this game since on the Dungeons wiki there are none of these listed. I checked. Iron golems also don't seem to be in this either, at least from what I've seen as of this recording, but I mean, if the monsters aren't hostile towards the villagers, iron golems don't really make sense. So I can see why.
Midway through at number 5, who is the boss? Piglins in Minecraft Legends. Players will fend off a piglin army who threaten to corrupt the overworld with power of the Nether. As they venture across a familiar world, the player characters will discover several different mysteries and create valuable bonds to protect their home. Minecraft Legends is packed with life, biomes, and resources from the original Minecraft game, along with plenty of original characters to meet. But to discuss a piglin, guys, we have a very talented, very special guest. He goes by the name of Dr. Cheese.
The piglins are not the sharpest tool in the shed, as the royal bard Smashmouth says, but with brutal strength and lust for blood, they are quite the foe. The love for gold and stupidity in reality rivals that of my own. However, these piglins seem to be inspired by the piglin army seen back in 2015 with the Fallen Kingdom series of Minecraft music videos. Fairly iconic, I must say. If you don't know them, then you're not invited for scones, which is also where the piglinias added in 1.16 are assumed to be inspired from.
Definitely not gonna be my favorite boss enemy to take down. Ugh, these damn piglins, I swear, they're gonna be the death of me if it ain't these damn spiders, I'm telling you.
And 4 new mobs. In addition to the new boss piglin, there also seem to be plenty of more new mobs from the Nether that we'll see in this game. The poster, like showcasing the golems, actually also shows us a giant warthog looking thing with glowing purple eyes in the background. Yeah, bet you probably didn't notice that because I didn't either. It also shows us various types of baby piglin which typically aren't hostile. We see a piglin infected with warped mushrooms or warped fungus, and a small, slightly purple hoglin just above the warthog's glowing eye. I know that this is a hoglin based on the mohawk that it has, but I can't really see one on the warthog, but it might be there, so can't really be sure for now. So yeah, plenty of new nether mobs as well, which probably won't get added to the main game like many of the Minecraft Dungeons mobs, but maybe we'll get 1 or 2. R.I.P. Copper Golem. And Moonbloom, I missed that.
Coming in at number 3, the making of. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it there, the making of. When Legends was just an idea, we knew their hands were pretty full with the 2 existing games, Minecraft and Minecraft Dungeons, because Minecraft Legends needed a proper experience to focus and really shine. We decided to partner with Blackbird Interactive, BBI for short, a Vancouver-based studio that is working with us to bring the game to life. BBI has a wealth of game design experience, especially in the strategy genre, and a dedicated development team working on Minecraft Legends. It's so nice when you get to dedicated teams working on one game. Combining their strength with ours is what resulted in the game's unique personality. Now, I'm not really talking about myself here because I can't really design a game. I'm just talking about the voice for the creators, okay? We're thrilled by the collaboration with the talented teams at BBI, and we cannot wait for you to experience the fun of Minecraft strategy game. Minecraft Legends is an action strategy game set in a blocky universe developed in partnership with the Blackbird Interactive. So this upcoming title is slated to release at some point of 2023, and it's coming to Xbox, PC, Game Pass, Xbox Cloud Gaming, but there hasn't been any talks about PS5 yet. Or Nintendo.
Penultimately in at number 2, Symbol. There is one symbol that appears all throughout the Minecraft Legends announcement trailer that honestly really sets me off. Like, not in a bad way, but in a this is going to be really important way. It appears in the book at the beginning, it appears on the gold statue in the village, it appears on the structure the Allay fly through, it appears on the poster, and it appears in the gameplay actually spinning around. At first I thought it was a rudimentary type of beacon, but now I think that these are actually portals. Now just hear me out, okay? Look at the poster. It's very symmetrical, okay, with the 2 armies, the landscape, and even the armies at the bottom. And you can see a nether portal behind the S of the Legends logo. And then just behind the L is where the actual structure with this symbol appears. Now I don't think that it's a nether portal, because those are obviously obsidian, but rather they're probably going to be this game's version of wayshrines, an easy way to teleport around the map once you've unlocked a new area. Hence why the book would talk about it, why the village would have one, and why it would be spinning around all magical in the gameplay, and why it shares the same place as the portal on the poster.
Coming in at number 1, what to expect. That is the situation you'll face in the new Minecraft Legends game. As of right now, all we know is that Minecraft Legends release date is set to occur in 2023. It was announced at Xbox and Bethesda's Game Showcase this past Sunday. So really, it's only up to the Minecrafters that we've been hearing rumors with the word of the combo, you know, the classic Minecraft style real-time strategy. We're all excited for it, we just can't wait. And finally, it's becoming a reality. You'll be able to play it in those variety of modes, including co-op campaign and competitive multiplayer. However you choose to experience this new title you catered for, though work is still in this progressing for the game, the cutscenes and the storylines as yet are still unfinished. The game is on track to arrive next year, but as when we get a firm date is announced, we, as in Minecraft Nightmare, will update you guys and keep you guys definitely updated with the gameplay, because we're gonna keep bringing these lists. Me and the King Cheese, we be popping with these, alright? Coming in at number 10, location. Legends will probably take place sometime long before Dungeons does. Now, while I'm not that interested in zombie villagers, I am very interested in how the piglins will survive in the overworld. All piglins and hoglins will start to shake once first entering the overworld and eventually become zombified, with the exception of one, the piglin merchant in the dungeon supposedly doesn't become a zombie because of all the nether fungi he carries around him. So will the piglins that raid the overworld carry fungi as well with them, or is this something else that just stops them from zombifying? So where are we really playing though? Are we playing in the ancient cities, or are we just playing underground? I mean, yeah, of course we are playing underground as Minecraft, but it really goes to show the devs are going ham in this game.
And at 9, the next game. Now when we're talking about the next game before this current one has even come out, you're going to get into very speculative territory, but I think that this is certainly something that's developing a pattern. This game, along with the last game, seem to be expanding on certain aspects of Minecraft's lore, but in a way that makes not everything they do canon to the main game, which is certainly a clever way of approaching this, since they can gauge what fans actually like and what they don't like, so they can omit or include the proper things to the main game. And while you may think that Minecraft doesn't need lore, it has a story, okay? It has a final boss, so that makes there be lore. But in the end, if you want it to be different, it can be. That's what Minecraft is. I, for example, claim that my character is from a race of aliens that live on the moon. But going back to the next game, I think that it will most likely expand on another mysterious realm, the End. The End has been a mystery for us players ever since version 1.0 when it was introduced. So I think that the next game, whatever style it's in, possibly a SimCity style, you heard it here first, will be about the end. Or that SimCity about the end will come eventually. You may have to wait 20 years for it, but I think it's gonna happen.
Coming in at number 8, canon to dungeons. Stories are powerful. Legends teach us about what has passed and what might have been. They create a bridge between us and generations long past, as well as the ones to come. True, it might not be as most likely to dungeons, but it's also canon, as this game has been in development since before Dungeons has even came. Started in 2018, being worked on also by the same company that made Minecraft Earth, rest in peace, because we don't really talk about Minecraft Earth anymore. It can also be noted that this was 2 years before the Nether update, and that might be where the ruined portal's inspiration has came from, or maybe even started from. You know, it's crazy to see where Minecraft Legends is gonna go.
And at 7, the legendary Dungeons universe. In the same vein as Legends being canon to Dungeons, what if they're establishing a connected universe between all these games that aren't main Minecraft? I mean, the girl we see on a horse riding away from the rotating structure in one of the gameplay sections looks an awful lot like Valerie from Minecraft Dungeons, one of the 4 canonical heroes and the first to actually have been named. Same hair color, same outfit, albeit the Legends version has a hood, and the only discrepancy here really is the eyes, but to be fair, this isn't the final gameplay, and it is common for things to be in the trailer that get modified for the final release. Take Skyrim for example, since I'm not even going to talk about Marvel. In the gameplay demo, you exit Bleak Falls Barrow directly looking at Whiterun, but that wasn't the case in the main game. You're actually on the other side. So this could very well just be a placeholder for when they fully add the proper sized Valerie skin, or maybe this comes before or even after dungeons, or they all share one universe and they're happening at the same time, and now they're building a new world with additional lore that they can't really put in the main game. I don't know, but it's a theory. Minecraft!
Coming in at number 6, the gameplay. Minecraft Legends is a unique action strategy game, and it has strategy elements at its core, but its mechanics are inspired by the immersion of the action games. You get to explore the familiar yet in many new ways overworld in the third-person perspective. You will defend peaceful settlements and fight hordes of piglins to stop the spread of their nether corruption. You are the center of every battle you lead, fighting alongside your allies while giving them directions. We'll reveal more about your achievements to the monumental task of repelling the piglins' invasions in the coming months. Some people are even comparing it to League of Legends. Really? League of Legends? Nah, this ain't no league, okay? From the looks of the trailer, we are gonna have more control of our characters, okay? It ain't no league. No.
Halfway through into number 5, the WAYSHRINES. Speaking of that rotating structure, there is one symbol that appears all throughout the Minecraft Legends announcement trailer. And then honestly, it really triggers my brain, and not in a bad way, but in this is like a really important moment kind of way. It appears on the cover of and inside the book at the beginning of the trailer. It appears on the golden statue in the village, it appears on the structure that the Allay fly through, and it appears on the poster as well as an actual gameplay that has it spinning around like I mentioned earlier. At first I thought it was some rudimentary type of beacon, but now I think that these are actually a form of portals. Okay, look at the poster. It's very symmetrical. There's two armies, okay, there's the landscapes even kind of mimic each other, and you can see a nether portal behind the S of the Legends logo, which makes sense because it's on the nether side. But just behind the letter L on the overworld side is where this structure thing appears. Now, I don't think that it's a nether portal, okay, those are obviously obsidian on either side of the portal, but rather this time I think that they're actually going to be this game's version of WAYSHRINES, which will be an easy way to teleport around the map once you've unlocked a new area that can be immersive without having to add fast travel. Hence why the book would talk about it, why it would be on the cover, why the village would have one, why it would be spinning around all magical in the gameplay, and why it shares the same place as the portal on the poster. I mean, symbolism. Come on.
Coming in at number 4, the story. Minecraft Legends is a brand new game that tells the story of the overworld uniting against the invasion of the ravenous piglins. We talk about the piglins because piglins are the main thing in this game. According to the legends, only you can bring together the mods in the overworld and help you defend their home. The events that you will take part in are neither fact or fiction. They are simply a part of a tale that has been passed down from villager to villager. There's no records or evidence of the great hero that has raised the banner to save the overworld. All that remains is a powerful legend. But really though, the hero is us, unless we are getting some type of hint that we're finally gonna see my homie Brian in action. And believe me, if he's a boss, guys, we are gonna be in some serious trouble. Homie Brian does not play around.
Getting close to the end into number 3, the Warden. The Warden doesn't actually seem to be in this game, and honestly, for good reason. If we're correct about the story of Minecraft and the Warden, at this point, the world wouldn't have seen the Wither yet, or even the Enderman and the End. Or even the Nether. I mean, I don't think we've seen any Endermen in the trailer for Legends, so they would have no need to try and build a portal to a new dimension. But if that is the case, where did those odd, seemingly skull-confused golems come from in the poster for the game? It's certainly a question, because with all this bliss the world has to offer, it seems like there would be no need to try and resurrect your friends with soul sand, only to accidentally unleash a horrific monster on the world, resulting in them creating a portal that unleashes the Skulk. I mean, that is certainly what Disc 5 sounds like is happening, but this is a different overworld, so maybe they all live in harmony. Plus, the Warden would kind of be overpowered in this fight. But given the fact that the piglins summon the Wither and find the pieces, part 3 to the Fallen Kingdom series, and how this seemingly is inspired by that series, I wouldn't put it past this game to give us a ringer as well, just to confirm our suspicions that the Warden did indeed kill the Wither.
Coming in number 2, Minecraft Legends Platform and Price. It's a spin-off of Minecraft, and this Legends will launch on the PC, Xbox Series X, and Series X, the Xbox One, and Microsoft hasn't revealed the price of Legends yet, but players who have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and Game Pass for the console and or Game Pass for the PC subscription will get Minecraft Legends to play at day one at no additional cost. Xbox Game Pass subscription starts at 349 rupees in India, which is like $6 Canadian, honestly, and bro, $6 Canadian, I would love to pay that, because right now we're paying like $11.99 for Ultimate and $16 for like the big pass. So India, you got it good for the craft, I'll tell you. But Mojang has announced that Minecraft Legends will also be coming to the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and PS5 in 2023. But let's be real, it's gonna be free on the box. On the Pony and the Switch, it's gonna be around like 79 to 89 doll hairs, okay? So kiddies, start saving, get those allowance money, and start putting it towards some Legends, alright?
And finally, in at number 1, DLC. I feel like we all know that there will be DLC for this game at some point. However, what the DLC will be is certainly a mystery. With dungeons, they could kind of do whatever they wanted since they could just add new levels, but with this being so focused on dimensions we already know, what they could really do is up in the air. Like, what could they really do to give us a reason to buy this DLC? Well, what if instead of a new game featuring the end dimension, they instead send us there for whatever reason, either to liberate the end, or maybe because the foe we're looking for isn't in the Nether in this game. But also, it could be that since after the invasion we learn of different dimensions and we can end up discovering a new one, but I don't know. I don't know how they want to play this. Do you think that we could see more dimensions in Minecraft Legends, maybe even getting a look at the Skulk's homeworld? Be sure you let me know in the comments. Personally, I'd save multiple dimensions for a new game, like Minecraft Dimensions, but with some skins from dungeons being called other dimensional heroes, and one of them being the Void Voyager, who really knows what might happen. In at 10, Creeper! Aw man, I love that meme. During the introduction to this new world, we're actually being shown a peaceful overworld where monsters and friendly mobs alike relax and play together. The main thing we can see being zombie villagers playing in the village next to normal villagers without going berserk. I said normal weird, but let's ignore it. And that's already odd enough. However, even further in the background, we can actually see two creepers playing with each other on the hill. They run in and then they bump into each other and then they start jumping up and down. Originally, I thought one of them actually starts the explosion animation, but that isn't actually the case. I watched this trailer at a quarter speed, so I made sure that it wasn't actually happening. Either way, it just helps to make the world feel more alive, even if it is just a trailer.
Coming in at number 9, no pillagers. Not to be confused with the villager, vindicator, or illagers. Pillagers are illagers armed with crossbows that patrol the overworld, guard their outposts, participate in raids, sometimes spawning on ravagers in later waves of the raids. They are the weakest and most common of the illagers. Pillagers are hostile towards players, iron golems, wandering traders, and villagers, but not towards baby villagers. But where are they? Like, in this Minecraft Legends, don't they run the overworld too? They definitely would be a great addition to help us take down the piglin army. Maybe they just don't like the race of us crafters. I don't know, you know, but let's decide and say they want to just stay in their lonesome, or maybe the distant time. So let's just say they might even be included in the DLC. I would definitely like to see some pillagers with some crossbows.
And a new animal. There have been quite a few animals I've noticed around the trailer for Minecraft Legends, although there also aren't as many as I would typically associate with a Minecraft world. At 1 minute and 41 seconds, we can see in the actual gameplay that there are golden alley building, and while that's happening, we can see a turtle on the coast, 2 pigs inside the fort that's being built, 1 along the back wall and 1 at the front, and a rabbit in the middle. However, there is 1 animal that I can't quite pin, and it's actually in the first gameplay scene at 1 minute and 39. I can't tell if the animal at the bottom is a raccoon, a squirrel, or as my Canadian instincts tell me, a beaver. Or it could just be a random dead carcass from one of my many victims, but it's interesting nonetheless. The Canadian in me says that it's a beaver, but that's not a Minecraft thing. Maybe this is just meant to get a feel for how the community reacts to beavers. Although I don't know. I feel bad now.
Coming in at number 7, all mobs are good. Only you can bring together the mobs of the overworld and help them defend their home from the skeletons to zombies. Y'all must work together to overcome the challenges that lay ahead. Unite the overworld and come together to take down the ravenous piglin coming from the Nether to defeat the terrors and horrors to come. So at the end of the day, you must help out all the mobs, and you are the hero, hold the brine. Or maybe we want homie to show up, because you know, him having us on my side, I mean, he's definitely going to be on my side, that's no question. But I hope he would be on my side, especially if he's in this new iteration of the craft. But from every mob except the piglins, they seem to be on your side this time around, which is kind of crazy. But if mobs are good, that leaves me to say one thing. I'm not a fan of spiders and the jockeys, okay? But we already are horseback riding, so it would be nice to have some jockeys to kind of help us out. Maybe unlock them later on in the game. But even a skeleton jockey, or even being able to get one of them skeleton horses to ride in the game, that would be pretty cool. I mean, we've seen regular horseback riding, but give me a skeleton horse in the Legends, yeah.
And at 6, ghost golems. Since I mentioned the fort in my last number, let's talk about how there are actually a couple of ghosts, or ghost golems, inside the fort itself while it's being built. Now, we have no way of really knowing if those were placed separately or if they came with the fort, at least right now we don't. But with those ghostly outlines, it's like you're trying to build something in like the game The Forest. So to me, it seems like at the very least we're getting a couple of defenders with each structure that we end up building, which would definitely make sense. I don't know if it's the only way to actually get these guys to be on your team, meaning that you'd only have a large army if you built a lot of structures, which I guess in a way would make a form of sense, but that also seems like a lot of grinding for not that much reward, unless these guys are freaking like insane, okay? It's also worth noting that since the trailer can be viewed in 4K, I'm guessing the game can be played in 4K as well, especially if you're using Game Pass, because they need to find a way to sell that to you. Because I mean, like, if you're gonna play this game enough, I mean, you might as well pay the $30 once, and then after the 3 months you'll be saving money instead of spending $10 a month on Game Pass, unless you play a load of the games on Game Pass, in which case it would be worth it. I'm not built like that, okay? I find a game I like and I hone in on it for months until I'm sick of it, and then I wait 6 months and then I do it again. Or maybe that's just with Skyrim.
Midway through at number 5, the building. There is building in the game and it's really different. By the looks, it looks like we control the alley to do the building. And some type of building mechanic, it's not really the same. It's not really us mining, right? But the building, it's the blue and yellow alleys, they literally just go tossing themselves at things. They gather things for you by the looks of it as well. And building is not the main focus in this game. It's surprising enough, even though it's technically Minecraft. So technically the reason to playing this cracked out craft is because of the legends. And like I said, it looks cool to build, but these alleys, they work fast for you, okay? And it seems like they're the OP builders of the game. I can't tell if it's by the press of a button, but by the way they are dismantling the tree in the trailer, by the looks of it, the player has a chest set down and the alley are just going at the tree like termites, but the items are going back in the box. So I guess you don't need pesticides, just let the alley do all the work for you. Like I said, building is not the main in this game. The alleys are doing it all. I don't mind.
And at 4, red eyes. See, this I figured was certainly something worth pointing out because honestly it's kind of confusing. See, in the trailer when the piglins first exit their portal, their eyes are white. But in the last few moments of the trailer, you can actually see that their eyes are glowing red, which is a total change of pace, especially when red signifies anger, hostility, and given that their homeland is literally the Nether, I'm guessing it signifies hell as well. And while my first thought was that it was a clue towards herobrine and that he loses control over the piglins, instead I think that it's just a simple game mechanic. The red and white eyes are meant to indicate whether they actually see an enemy or not. Red means that they have a target and are hostile, and white means that they're not suspicious, like the sneaking eye in Skyrim, like how it opens and closes, or the color indicators for your actual character when you're sneaking in Security Breach. Although given the new achievements in 1.19, I think Skyrim is definitely the best comparison. Also, hail Talos.
Coming in at number 3, the inventory world box. The alleged inventory box in the overworld that you see in the opening, like right at the shrine. You can see a gold box, and well, if you tell me guys, if you ever played Destiny before, and if not, let me explain what it is, okay? You literally load into the game and you get teleported and everybody gets called to the so-called tower, right? You meet up with the main NPCs, merchant, and the key thing here is the inventory bank in the tower, your aka storage unit where you can't sleep in it though. Well, you can store your loot and all your gear in the so-called bank. Either it will be rare or just cool, which leads me to think Minecraft will have this type of system because it's a strategy game, and unless Mojang is gonna be dumb and do those pay to win aspects, I won't be about it. I'm telling you right now, right? But that being said though, this would be a nice addition to you after your long session with your friends. You can come back to the main village or shrine, or some will call it the beacon, and drop off your loot and brag about what you got compared to your friends. Somewhat like Destiny. Destiny is a shooter game though, that's the only difference, and you're in space, okay? Straight up though, that really reminded me of the Destiny Tower. That's all I gotta say.
But ultimately, in number 2, the book cover. I've been talking a lot about a specific symbol that appears all over the Minecraft Legends trailer, okay? The box containing the diamond, or I guess technically it contains another square since a diamond is elongated on one axis. But either way, I've talked about that symbol a lot over the past few Legends videos, but watching the trailer at quarter speed, I saw that the symbol also appears on the cover of the book that the villager starts reading at the beginning of the trailer, and that the structure the LA fly through that I think is a way shrine literally teleports the LA into the next shot. So I think that this symbol will be the main focus of the story, and that activating all of these structures that also turn into way shrines is what the story of the game will revolve around. I'm also hoping, or guessing, that a few of them are going to be unmarked and only found through adventuring instead of just through the story, kind of like an Oblivion or one of the better Skyrim quests, but that's just a hope.
Finally here at number 1, open world just like Breath of the Wild. So you guys have seen the trailer by now, right? And honestly, if you haven't, go take a look at it, okay? But tell me, don't it have this Borderlandish type feel about it? It's kind of like that Breath of the Wild vibe too. Now look at the design work, let alone you can see from the shell shading, looking into the distance, it gives us that type of open world feeling. Much as it is a third person top downish viewpoints, it has its moments where you really can see the world. Like, it's big, it's vast, just like the Breath of the Wild. They had this same shell shading vibe looking off in the distance as there looked like there was so much more to explore. Or I could just be totally overthinking it and it runs like the older Pokemon games that gets tied to the open world so much section and you feel like you're just set to a tied path. So really and truly, I would like to see open world in this game. You know, Legends would be so cool with that.